Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Vashati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Vashati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Chakrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur-Bhakta-Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Satrajatam Sahagana Raghunathantam Tvam Sajivam Shadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakashnitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Ragrajatam Ragana Raghunathan Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Next is a lecture given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded in May of 1970 in Los Angeles.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama
Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Bhaja. Govindam, Lord Krishna, Adi Purusam.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Nainam Kanvanda Maravindanalaya Taksham Bharavatam
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna.
For my order, Krishna says, Prakriti nature is not working blindly. It has got its master, Krishna. So this life is meant for Brahma Jigyasa, inquiry. What is Brahma? Instead of inquiring Brahma, they are trying to kill Brahma. There is no soul, there is no super soul. It is nature automatically becoming. These nonsense things are being pushed within the this ravish brain of the human society. They cannot explain. They cannot give right understanding. Still, they will say, I am scientist, I am philosopher, I am this, I am that. But your business, what is your business? To direct people wrongly, to go to hell. So, this is not life. Life is athata brahma jignasa. This human form of life is meant for inquiring Brahma. And if you engage yourself in this Brahma business or Krishna consciousness business, rest assured Krishna will take care of you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Because it is not properly discharged. We have to understand that. How it is not properly discharged? Just like
जो बोले वो करने का। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन, यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन, यमुनातीरावनचारी, यमुनातीरावनचारी, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Shri Gauranatai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So thank you for those sitting down to listen to the Bhagavad-gita class. We are running slightly late. We normally start at 6. So I guess those who come regularly would know that every evening we have the Bhagavad-gita class. And today we are going to read from chapter 11, verse 36. And the next Aarti is going to be at 7. I'll just read the verse and the purport. Arjuna uvacha sthane rishikesha tava prakritya jagat praharstiti anurajyate cha rakshamsi bhitani disho dravanti sarve namasyanti cha siddha sangha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Arjuna said, O Master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Purport. Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of the battle of Kurukshetra, became enlightened, and as a great devotee and friend of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said that everything done by Krishna is quite fit. Arjuna confirmed that Krishna is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirables. His actions are equally good for all. Arjuna understood herein that when the battle of Kurukshetra was being concluded, in outer space there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligentsia of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because Krishna was present there. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigods took pleasure in it, but others who were demons and atheists could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheist is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Very, very interesting verse this is. Obviously, we have reached the 11th chapter, which is called the Universal Form. I guess you come to the temple regularly or sometimes? Regularly. So then everybody here, sitting here at least, is familiar with the Bhagavad-gita, right? So just a background, Bhagavad-gita was spoken by Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra before the war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And the reason why he spoke is because Arjuna was very distressed to see that he has to fight with his family members. And obviously he was not willing to do that. And he actually put down his arms and he said, I will not fight. And it is at that time that Krishna took on the role of a guru. Arjuna gave him that position. He said, now I am your disciple. Please instruct me. So he's Bhagavad-gita has so many very important instructions for all of us. Some people think, this is 5,000 years old. It does not relate to us, but it relates to each and every one of us, every single moment. So anyways, when Arjuna is in this position where he's confused and he's asking for instructions, at that time Krishna starts giving instructions to Arjuna. And today we've reached the 36th verse of the 11th chapter. The 11th chapter is entitled The Universal Form. And this is a very interesting chapter because herein Arjuna is getting to see this huge form of Krishna, which when it is described in the Bhagavad-gita also, actually your hair will stand on end just by listening to the description. Because it is amazing, it is marvelous, but at the same time it is very scary. Because what Arjuna is seeing is, he can see these hundreds and thousands of soldiers actually going into Krishna's mouth and meeting their death. And obviously he sees so many heads, so many hands, so many legs. He sees all the demigods, he sees the universes. The light is, he cannot even describe it, how many suns. That brightness is coming from Krishna. So it is a very, very amazing form, but at the same time, it's a bit scary, that form. And obviously, when he sees this form and he understands why Krishna is showing him the form, first thing we need to understand is that not everybody can see the universal form of the Lord. And Prabhupada at times in his classes, he used to say, if somebody claims to be God, the best way to test him is ask him to show his universal form. As soon as you ask him to do that, and he cannot do that, then you know that he is not God. Simple. Prabhupada said that, people who want to get cheated can easily get cheated, but otherwise, if a person is intelligent, he knows what questions to ask. Right? So here Krishna is showing this universal form. And like we said, not everybody can see it. So Arjuna was given the special mercy. He was given special eyes to see this form. And the Lord is so merciful and so compassionate that every single time, in some way or the other, he is coming to show all of us his form. You agree with what I'm saying? Arjuna is seeing Krishna as his two-armed form. He's also seeing the universal form. And we start to think that we cannot see Krishna because we are not present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. We are not Arjuna. But Krishna is so merciful that he comes to show us his form in so many different ways. We just don't have the eyes to see it. And Prabhupada, that is why I said that when you come to the temple and you see Krishna standing here, this is actually Radha Krishna. These are not just, deities made of marble, stone, or wood, or whatever. This is actually Krishna. For that, we have to have the eyes of knowledge. You cannot just with your material vision go to any temple and then look and say, oh yeah, they look nice. They're quite well made, nicely decorated. That is your material vision. If you get the knowledge from our Shastras, if you get the eyes by which you can see Krishna, then you will realize here is Radha Krishna, here is Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. They are actually standing right in front of you, and you can have a personal relation with them. So yes, Krishna is coming in different forms, but because we are in illusion, we are in ignorance, we sometimes can't see. Like our acharyas give the analogy of a child and a mother. And very nice analogy, because here we have a mother sitting with a very young baby in her lap. At the moment, the baby is so small that no matter what the parents are doing for the child does not understand and does not reciprocate in that way, because the child is too young to understand. Right now, he doesn't have the intelligence. He does not understand anything. For him, as long as his needs are being fulfilled, that's it. So there is not much reciprocation. But you will see as the child grows older, like your own daughter, who's probably a little bit older. I'm not sure. How old is she? She's 6. So she's 6. Now she understands the love that you're giving her. And so she will give that love back in small ways. Children tend to, like, if they have a flower or they want to share their food or something, that is the way they express love. And then you see that there is reciprocation. So same way, we are conditioned, we are in illusion, we are in ignorance. Like Arjuna, in the beginning of the Bhagavad-gita, when he was speaking, he was covered. His intelligence was covered. Obviously, we know that this is a leela being performed by the great Lord and his associates. I mean, Arjuna can never be illusioned, can never be in ignorance. But this is all so that we learn lessons. So, in the beginning, Arjuna is confused. So he is not reciprocating with the Lord in the same way. Although the Lord is asking him that this is what you should do, this is the right thing to do, he is not able to do that. But when he becomes awakened, you see, throughout the Gita, it's a journey. It's a journey of each and every living entity, where he starts from when he is in ignorance and illusion. And then he approaches his spiritual master. He gets the knowledge, and then he becomes awakened. He gets knowledge. That darkness is taken away with the light of knowledge. And Arjuna is the same way. So he's awakened now, and in this verse specifically, he is glorifying Krishna. And the word that he uses over here, which is very, very interesting, he says that Prahasyati is rejoicing. So what he's saying over here is that, O master of the senses, just by hearing your name, everyone is rejoicing and becomes attached to you. Now, why are we talking about the name? This is again so important for our Krishna conscious philosophy, but because our philosophy focuses on what? What? On the holy name. Constantly we are told how important the holy name is, and we are asked to chant. Some people may think that, oh, this chanting has just recently started. Prabhupada started this 50 years back, or maybe even Mahaprabhu started it 500 years back. Here in the Bhagavad-gita, Arjuna is saying that the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name. That means Krishna's name was being taken even more than 5,000 years back. And this is the proof we have from the pages of the Bhagavad-gita. So chanting of the Mahamantra, that is why is so important. We need to understand that here a great devotee of Krishna is saying that everybody becomes joyful. Many of us have experienced that when we start chanting, I don't know, you can share your experiences, but initially we are skeptical. How would chanting help? How just taking the name will help? But tell me yourself, when you started chanting, did you feel a change? Anybody can share your experiences, whoever is chanting. You're chanting, I know I can see the bead bag. Did you feel any change? Did you feel joy? Did you feel like fearlessness? Because now you have Krishna with you. You see, the proof is in the pudding. No matter how much you tell somebody, unless they actually experiences. I am going to say that this pudding is absolutely delicious. It's the best taste in the world. But if you don't taste it, I can only tell you. And you might take my word for it, but you're not fully convinced. If you eat it, you will realize that yes, it is true. Isn't it? So the holy name is so powerful that just by chanting the holy name, everybody becomes joyful. And why is that? In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, so in our scriptures, it says that Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar Nama Haita Ahaya Sarva Jagat Nishtar. It says that in this age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. So it is non-different to Lord Krishna. Imagine the potency that the holy name has. Our scriptures are saying that this holy name is non-different to Lord Krishna. So imagine by chanting the holy name, you are actually associating with Lord Krishna directly. Can you imagine how potent this name is? So just by taking the holy name, anybody who takes it with faith, with sincerity, will be delivered. Delivered from what? Delivered from what? That is the question. Because there are many people who are in this material world and they think, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I don't have any complaints. I don't have any problems. Have you all come across such people? Have you? Because I have. If you say something, they'll be like, but I'm happy. My life is fine. I have a good job, children. I have time to, indulge in sports. I'm happy. My life is good. What we don't understand is that this life, first of all, is temporary. It is going to end. An intelligent person will ask question, after this life ends, what happens? Where do I go? So, an intelligent person has questions like, why am I here? Why am I in this particular position? When he sees somebody else, let's say, I see somebody and I say, she's in this position, I'm in this position, there's got to be a reason why there is difference. Why am I like this and why is this person like this? What is going to happen after this life ends? Where am I going to go? Is this the only life I have? Has there been more lifetimes before? So these are the questions that an intelligent person will ask. Some people may think, I'm happy with this life. Okay, I'll get old and I will die and whatever. And that's fine by me. I don't need to worry. Jai Shri Shradha Gokulanand ki, Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Jai Shri Shri Gaurnata ki, Jai Shri. So, an intelligent person does ask these kind of questions, that why am I here? What is going to happen after I die? Is this the be-all and end-all? Now, we are so fortunate that, yes, Kali Yuga is said it is an age of darkness, but every dark cloud has a silver lining. And Kali Yuga, the silver lining is that it is said in our scriptures, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Hi Kevalam, Kalo Nashte, Vanashte, Vanashte, Gatiranyatha. In Kali Yuga, just by chanting the holy name, all your difficulties, all your material miseries, you will be liberated from all of these things. So I'll tell you one interesting story. So there were once 3 sages. Sages are always thinking about the betterment of the entire human race. That's how they are. They are full of compassion, full of mercy, and they want to perform austerities, yagyas, so that everybody benefits, all mankind benefits. So there was once these 3 sages who were having a very heated argument. So the first sage, he said, Prabhujis, the best age to be in is the Satya Yuga, the golden age, Best age to become liberated, to get freedom from the cycle of birth and death. That is the best age, Satyug. It is the age of virtue, he says. So second sage says, no, you're completely wrong. Satyug is not the best age for that. The best age is Treta Yuga. Why? Just perform some yagyas, swaha, 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 and that's it. You will get liberated. So this is the second sage. And then the third sage says, oh, I think you two have got it wrong. I completely beg to differ. This is not right at all. Neither Satyug nor Treta Yuga. It is Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar Yuga is the yuga where if you come, then you will get liberated. So now these three sages are having an argument, right? Whenever we have an argument, then we think, who's going to solve our problem? So we want to go to somebody who has more knowledge than us, right? So then the sages, they go to Srila Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva, as we all know, is the compiler and writer of all our shastras, literatures, Vedic literatures, right? So they go to Srila Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva is, he's at that moment, he's having his bath in the water, and the sages wait for him patiently, and then they go to him, they ask him this question, what is the best age for making spiritual progress? And they ask him and they give him options. Satya, Treta, Dwapar. When we have A, B, C, D, pick one, A, B, C, like that. So they're giving Vyasadeva these options, okay? So they say, all right, so what is the best age? And then, obviously, they are not mentioning, there are 4 yugas. What is the 4th yuga? Kali Yuga. So they are not mentioning Kali Yuga. Why? Because they can't even think that Kali Yuga could be the age for making spiritual progress. Knowing Kali Yuga is described as an age of darkness, right? So they are not talking about Kali Yuga. That doesn't even come into the grounds, in the playing fields, doesn't come there. It doesn't exist. And so they ask and they're waiting for Vyasadeva to reply. And Vyasadeva comes out of the waters and he says, I am speaking the truth and the absolute truth. The age to make spiritual progress is Kali Yuga. The sages are completely surprised and they think there's a mistake, Let's frame the question again. So then they ask him the question again. So, yes, Vyasadeva, Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. One of these yuga is best for spiritual progress. Which one is it? And Vyasadeva again replies, I speak the truth and the absolute truth. And the truth is that Kali Yuga is the age to make spiritual progress. And why? We've already discussed why. Because it says in our scriptures, it says in the Upanishads, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Hi Kevalam, Kalau Nashteva Nashteva Nashti Gatir Anyatha. So yes, although the other yugas had different austerities to perform, where you had either sacrifices or you had temple worship, different kind of austerities, but Kali Yuga, it is the dark ages, but it is the age where it is most easy to make progress. Why is that? Why do we say that Kali Yuga is the most easy? Because we have been given the holy name. And the holy name is so potent, it says, Nam Chintamani Krishna. The holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. It will give us all spiritual benedictions. Why? Because it is Krishna himself. The holy name is non-different to Krishna. Just like the Chintamani stone can turn everything that it touches into gold, the holy name is Chintamani. When you chant the holy name, the chanter's heart purifies, it touches, you are ready, you are in a position to become a pure lover of Krishna. I will not say that you become ready to welcome Krishna, because Krishna is in each and everybody's hearts anyways. It is just that we don't realize it. We need to purify ourselves to realize that, to see Krishna, to feel his presence. Hare Krishna, Aarti is at 7 o'clock, so it will open at 7. So the holy name is so potent that anybody who starts chanting the holy name will get purified. And Arjuna is saying that in this verse, he says that sthane rishikesha tava prakritya jagat parihasati anurajyate cha. Parihasati is that one becomes happy. Now, again, it's an interesting thing that Arjuna is saying why one becomes happy. So in our scriptures, we've got acharyas. Maybe some of you have heard the name of Srila Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur, he enlightens us on the glories of chanting. So obviously there are so many glories of chanting. But we will speak about 3 of them. That why when one chants, one becomes happy. The first one Haridas Thakur is saying is that anybody who chants the holy name becomes free from all reactions of past sinful activities. A devotee is not chanting the holy name because he wants to become free, but that is a byproduct. You're chanting for the love of Krishna or to achieve that level of love of Krishna. But a byproduct is that you will become completely free from all your past sinful activities. Now imagine that when there is no karma that you have to face, then obviously you become happy. You are excited. There is no karma. There is no bad karma or good karma. There is no karma that you have to face. The second point that Haridas Thakur says is that all material desires are uprooted. Why is that a good thing? Material desires being uprooted. Why would you think that to be a good thing? Would anybody like to speak? It's nice when there is some interaction, otherwise it's just me speaking. Why do you think material desires being uprooted is a good thing? Because today's world, there's only material desires. I want this, I want this, I want the latest phone, the latest car, bigger house. We only talk about material desires, and a person's success is actually judged by how many material possessions he has. Am I right in saying that? So then why here it says that the good thing that happens is that material desires are uprooted? Why do you think that is a good thing? Sorry? Brings you closer to Krishna, yes. Any other points, any other reasons? Why material desires? Yes, material desires entangled us. So does that mean that one should not have any material desires? No? Exactly. So the point is that we are in this material body. If we don't have any desires, how will we survive? So what we are trying to say is when material desires are uprooted, it means that any desires that is separate to Krishna. See, having desires of being successful or having a good job is not wrong if Krishna is in the center. A lot of our devotees, Krishna conscious devotees, are very big industrialists. So it's not that making money is wrong. Utilizing that money in the right way, that is important. So that is why one was not confused about, it's not that one says you give up everything. In the Shastras it says, sthane sthita, be in your position that you are. Don't give up everything in order to become Krishna conscious. You can become Krishna conscious where you are, staying where you are. So the important thing is that your consciousness has to change. Your desires should not be in order to fulfill your senses, your sense gratification. But if I am able to be a successful person, a person who is able to influence people, then that is your success as well. Imagine that you're somebody who's very influential in the society and you're Krishna conscious. Then people will think, oh, he's successful, he's spiritual, I also can be like that. So that is why that's important. But yes, material desires are uprooted in the sense that you realize that I am not here to fulfill my senses. I am here to see how I can please Krishna. So the moment your consciousness changes, you become happy. You're happy because now you no longer have selfish desires. A person is unhappy because he's always thinking about himself, his happiness, his struggles. The moment you start thinking about Krishna, everything else just is in the background. It's not important, right? And then the third thing that Haridas Thakur says is that to the sincere chanter, in due course of time, pure love of Krishna is bestowed to him. Now, a person who understands that I am not this body, I am the soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, will understand that the goal of human life is to develop this attachment for Krishna, to develop love for Krishna. So imagine that here we are being given the formula of how I can develop love for Krishna, simply by chanting the holy name. I think we should chant the holy name once. We've spoken so much about the holy name. So let us all chant together. Let's raise our hands and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. See, it says Haridas Thakur, who is the Namacharya, right? He is the knower of the holy name. He is the authority on the holy name. He is telling us that to the sincere chanter, pure love of Krishna is given to him. And like I said, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Prabhupada often uses this analogy that a spark of fire, as soon as he breaks out of the fire and falls to the ground, that spark is gone. It no longer is ignited. It's not fire anymore, right? But when it is with the fire, it's burning. Same way, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Because we are away from Krishna, we have all these miseries, fear, trouble, sadness. As soon as we will join back with Krishna, all of this will just go away. Nothing will bother us. We will become like, you know how the lotus flower, it grows in a very dirty place, but that dirt is not able to touch the flower. We will become like that. Although we will be in the material world, we will not experience the fear, the sadness of the material world. We will become like this lotus flower. We'll become like the tortoise who can take all its senses inside. You know, it takes all its limbs inside as soon as it feels there's some danger. We will become like that. And that is the stage that we want to achieve. The reason we want to achieve that stage, simple. Inherently, the soul is Sat Chit Anand. It is eternal, it is full of knowledge, it is full of happiness. Why do you think constantly we are looking for happiness? Because that is the inherent nature of the soul. That is why we always are looking for happiness. We want to be eternal. Why is it that people don't want to die? There's so many scientists, research going on how we can elongate life. Why are we doing all that? Why are we doing all that? Because inherently the soul is eternal, you see. But we can achieve that state once we go back to where we originally came from, and that is with Krishna. We can go back to Krishna, and here it is saying that Prabhupada has told us, Prabhupada has promised us that if we sincerely chant, we will be able to break free of this cycle of birth and death. We are in this cycle constantly going on. You know, we take birth, grow a little younger, then old, then there is disease, and then there is death. But death is not the end. It's not that once we've died, that's it, it's finished, over. No. Then we again take birth. We don't even know where we will take birth again. Whether we'll come back as animals or trees or worms or birds, we don't know that. So we are caught in this cycle. And here we are being given this formula, how we can break free from this cycle. And that is why Arjuna is saying here in this verse to Krishna, as soon as your names are chanted, everybody becomes enlivened. Because your name, Krishna, is non-different to you. And that is why when we chant, we become enlivened. However, in the second part of the verse, he says that the demons, they are afraid of you. Why are the demons afraid? Why the asuras become afraid and they run here and there? Why is that? Any ideas? Any ideas? Simply because the asuras are not doing what is favorable to Krishna. When a child in the house, when the mother has said that, don't go near the fire. Now the child knows that he's been warned. But the child, as every inquisitive child would want to, they will want to do that. When they are trying to do that, they are afraid. Their eyes are darting here and there. Is my mother around? Is she watching what I'm doing? So you see, the asuras are always doing wrong things. They're not doing things that are unfavorable to Krishna. And that is why when the Lord's name is chanted, they are not happy because they are in envy of the Lord. Let's take this example. Oh, everybody must have heard this story. When Kamsa, he was taking his sister Devaki and Vasudeva after the wedding, he was taking them to their house. And then there was a voice from the heaven saying that, Kamsa, you're such a fool. Do you not know that the 8th child of your sister Devaki is going to kill you? He will be the reason for your death. As soon as Kamsa heard this, there was fear. He was afraid. See, because he had demon mentality. He was envious of the Lord. He did not have faith in the Lord. He was only looking at his sense gratification. You see? Another example. We've all heard the story of Prahlad Maharaj. How many have heard the story of Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu? Anybody who doesn't know? So very briefly, Prahlad Maharaj is a 5-year-old child. He's born to an asura. His father is actually Asura, Hiranyakashipu, who is envious of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj constantly is taking the Lord's name and his father Hiranyakashipu is not happy about it. And when he gets frustrated completely after days and months of trying to change Prahlad Maharaj, he gets frustrated and he says, is your Lord in the pillar over here? And Prahlad Maharaj says, yes, he is. Right? And at that time, Narsingadev with a huge roar. Who is Narsingadev? He is the half man, half lion incarnation of Krishna. If anybody not seen a picture of Narsingadev, we have a picture over here of Narsingadev. Okay, so he is Krishna himself. And when Prahlad Maharaj says, yes, the Lord is in this pillar, the pillar breaks open. Before the pillar breaks open, Narsingadev makes a huge roaring sound. As soon as he makes this sound, Hiranyakashipu is surprised, shocked, at the same time afraid. What is this huge sound? Whereas Prahlad Maharaj is blissful. Oh my Lord, you have appeared as you promised. You are everywhere. I know you are everywhere and you have come. So you see how the two reactions are. The devotee reacts differently and the demon reacts differently to the sound. And that is what Arjuna is speaking about over here. So Prahlad was in bliss, but Hiranyakashipu was afraid. He was scared. But this verse is actually glorifying the Lord, glorifying the names of the Lord, glorifying chanting. How important taking the Lord's holy name is. There are people who are skeptical, thinking, where has the Lord said that you must chant 24/7? But in the Gita, Krishna is giving us all these instructions. If you read the Gita carefully, he does say that. He says, think of me every time. When he says think of me every time, that exactly means that how will you think of him? The easiest way to think of him is by taking his holy name. Simple. So the Lord is giving us instructions, but we are not willing to sometimes listen to it. And we are very fortunate that Prabhupada has actually given us these purports. He's given us the explanations. So if you read those carefully, you will realize what Krishna is saying to us through Arjuna. All the instructions are there. So, yes, today's verse was about glorifying the holy name. And we've all chanted also the holy name once. 7 o'clock, the Aarti will start. We have 5 minutes. Before I end, one last time, let us all chant the holy name. Then we can open up for any questions or comments. And then 7 o'clock, we'll have the Aarti. So let us all raise our hands and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. You can even add your comments, any realizations. It is nice to share because then all of us can benefit. Anybody? No questions? Yes, Mataji.
I chant all the time, and everything I do, I think of Lord Krishna. Anything that I, everything is about Lord Krishna. Yeah? Even if someone gives me something, it goes to Lord Krishna first.
That's amazing, Mataji.
And my life has changed so much. So I healed completely from my operation, brain operation. My whole life has transformed, and I'm so happy all the time.
Wow.
Even in the night, sometimes I'm sleeping, I wake up and I start dancing. That is how
Wow.
happy I am.
Wow.
So I know life is so blissful.
Wow. I hope I can reach that stage someday, Mataji. Bless me that I can reach that stage.
Blessings to all of you that today.
Amazing.
And love and blessings to all those that couldn't make it today as well.
Yeah, amazing. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Any other comment or question, anybody? No? Okay, if not, then we will stop here. In another couple of minutes, I think the curtains will open. Thank you very much.
Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai. Hare Krishna. We are going to sing this bhajan which is here on the right side up. So first I sing once and then we sing together. Jayo Jayo Gaurachanda Arati Koshava Jayo Jayo Gaurachanda Arati Koshava Jagamana Loba Janabhikatavane Jagamana Loba Dakineni Taichan Samegadadhara Dakineni Taichan Nikate Advaita Shini Kasa Chatradhara Nikate Advaita Shini Kasa Chatradhara Vosi Ache Goracha Rasna Simhasana Vosi Ache Goracha Rasna Simhasana Arati Korena Brahma Adi Deva Grana Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Shanka baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Madur, madur, madur baje. Baho kati chandrajini sadana ujvala. Baho kati chandrajini sadana ujvala. Jala deshe bala mala, ore jala mala. Jala deshe bala mala, ore jala mala. Shiva shuka narada, deme gada gada. Shiva shuka narada, deme gada gada. Shiva shuka narada, deme gada gada. Shiva Jayo, Jayo, Gora Changa, Arati Koshoba. Jayo, Jayo, Gora Changa, Arati Koshoba. Kiba Jayo, Jayo, Gora Changa, Arati Koshoba. Jagamana Shobha Jaka Janamana Loka Gorangera Roti Shobha Jaka Janamana Loka Gorangera Roti Shobha Jaka Janamana Loka Gorangera Roti Shobha Jaka Janamana Loka Jaga Janamana Loka Jaga Janamana Loka Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Padaya Krishna Prishaya Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Gokulananda ki jai. Now we're going to offer our obeisances. You can be kneeling on the ground, with your forehead on the ground. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatarshata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatarshata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Rama Acharya Shri Rahajasta Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Shri Navadvip Dham ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Shri Ayodhya Dham ki jai. Bhaktivedanta Manor ki jai. Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Now we are going to sing the Narsimha prayers. You want to sing? If somebody wants to sing Narsimha prayers, please feel free to participate.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlada Ladataine.
Prahlada Ladataine.
Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha.
Srila Tankana Kalaye.
Srila Tankana Kalaye.
Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha.
Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha.
Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsimha.
Ahir Nrsimho Riraye Nrsimho.
Ahir Nrsimha Riraye Nrsimha.
Narasimhamadim Saranam Prapade.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade.
Avakara Kamalabhare Nakam Adhuta Shringa. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa. Isavarita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadisha Hiranyakashipu Tanu Vrinda Etavatita Narani Rupa Jaya Jagadisa Hare Jaya Jagadisa Hare Jaya Jagadisa Hare Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Narsimhadev Bhagavan ki Prahlad Maharaj ki Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gora Premanande Hari Bol.
Thank you for attending the program. So there is Mahaprasad served next door, and next darshan will be at 9 p.m.
Can you keep our here back? Yes. Let's keep them back. Chalo.